there, my name is Stacy Biddle. I'm a career consultant for Goodwill Columbus. I am going to just mess with my screen real quick. There we go. All right, we're presenting through Zoom today, so I just wanted to make sure that was on the right application. Again, my name is Stacy Biddle. I'm presenting with Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development Department. I am a career facilitator here to help you with your career goals and achievement and help you learn, grow, and advance in doing so. So tonight's topic is how to design your resume to beat applicant tracking systems. And you're probably like, Stacey, I have no idea what you're talking about. What is an applicant tracking system? Funny you should ask. It is huge out there right now. As a matter of fact, if you have applied anywhere online, chances are you've encountered one. So for example, let's say you get this job description and it fits you to a T. You know, you have the exact amount of experience, your experience is spot on, and you apply, and then nothing, like nothing, no response, nothing at all. And you're like, what? I have no idea what just happened here. No clue. I mean, that job description was written for me, right? Well, chances are you encountered an applicant tracking system. And we're going to tell you again how to beat that tonight. So let me tell you a little bit about what they are. An applicant tracking system is a way, and it's a tool that employers use to basically make their kind of job, their employee search easier and more efficient. Because let's just face it, going through resume after resume, reading top to bottom all the time, paper resumes, not efficient. Employers want to move fast. They want to hire fast. So they have this technology where they can, first of all, they write their job description, and then they take keywords out of that job description, what they're really looking for, put it in this system so that when you apply, your resume gets fed through this system, like pretty much automatically. And if your resume does not have those keywords on it, then no human eye is going to see it. And that's why, perhaps you're like, this job was made for me. I can't understand why I didn't get a call back. Keywords. That's what we're going to show you about tonight. So let me actually share my screen and we will do that. All right. Hope everyone is having a great day. Click out of there. All right, so what we're going to start with is first our Goodwill Indeed partnership landing page. All right, so we are in a partnership with Indeed, and this is our landing page. So you need to sign in here, kind of gives you a little leg up, and then you can build your resume. So we also have had plenty of sessions on how to build a resume on Indeed. There are plenty of videos on our Facebook page, Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development. Oh, forgot to mention, sorry about this. We are having a live session right now. I am presenting in Zoom, so I cannot look at your chat or your comments or your questions, but please do post them. We do have a moderator with us tonight, the fabulous Valerie Hawes, and she can answer anything that you throw at her. So thank you, Valerie, for being here with me tonight. And you guys go ahead, interact all you want. She is wonderful and she knows everything about career development. I can tell you that. So what you can do is you definitely can create your resume on Indeed. We do have a course again like that on our videos section of our Facebook page. You can find out more about how to effectively do that. In this presentation, I will go over some basics about what you should have in your resume, but that particular class, building a resume on Indeed, really does go through it in detail. It's kind of nice. So you can search and discover jobs on this site. And based on your location, see, I'm a little bit out in Fairfield County. So you would have to change your location if you want a little bit more towards Columbus. All right, so you scroll down here as well. And this is where you can search. So I went ahead and put Columbus, Ohio, and then put whatever keywords, and then you can find jobs. Now, my colleague Carly has also done a career search on Indeed, and those videos are on our Facebook as well. Well, what I went ahead and did is I went ahead and found a job that might be interesting. So what I found here is a cool job, executive assistant at Ohio State University Medical Center. Go Bucks. So I thought this came up. I was like, this looks like a good job to talk about. You then read through the job description, making sure that it's what you're looking for. This is full-time, regular, salary range between $16.35, $26.53. Of course, that is definitely based on your experience. But here's where you begin to identify the keywords that you need to put in your resume. So let's go over this job description. We'll kind of read through this and then highlight what I'm talking about here. Okay, so this is an executive assistant. This position will have the primary responsibility of coordinating and managing day-to-day activities, including the support of the associate chief nurse, administrator, administrative director, and directors as assigned. This position will involve interactions at all levels of the organization and the public. It will be responsible to develop and coordinate materials and follow up on requests. This position will draft and compose letters and/or reports, take dictation, minutes, arrange meetings, reservations, travel, order supplies, food, etc. This position will also be responsible for assisting with other assigned administrators, calendars as needed, and reviewing financial data. Whew. Okay, good job description. So if this is your field and you're reading this, you're like, yeah, okay, I've done this. I can do this. I've had experience in this. Great. Now let's take it that one extra step and identify those keywords that you need to put in the resume. Because remember, you are working with technology here, right? You have to beat this applicant tracking system. And yes, it does take work. It does, but you know what? Searching for a job is a full-time job, all right? And this right now is your full-time job. So I want to highlight some things that you should see. So let's go up top. So primary responsibility of, here's your first thing you should be looking at: coordinating and managing the day-to-day activities. Okay, that's a huge responsibility for an executive assistant. They run the place, you know, so you need to have to make sure that you have somewhere on your resume, either in your experience or in your professional summary, coordinating and managing day-to-day activities. Don't be afraid to really, honestly, use the exact wording, all right? Because that will work. Let's look at some other things that we can see on here. All right, so huge. Develop and coordinate material and follow up upon request. All right, this next section is pretty big with keywords. Draft and compose letters or reports, take dictation, minutes, arrange meetings, reservations, travel, food, supplies. All right, that is everything that an executive assistant does. They run the show. All right, so you need to be able to show on your resume these items. So there is no reason why these words should not be on your resume. Okay, so the last good one, coordinating calendars, coordinating calendars, and reviewing financial data. So if you've done that, that's part of your work experience. Make sure it's on there. All right, so let's talk about education experience. So you really need to make sure in reading the job resume or job description that you do have the experience that it takes to apply for this position. So if this position is telling me I need, instead of 6 months, I need 6 years experience and I only have 3, I'd look for another position. All right, because if you don't have that information down and they're going to ask you how many, years of experience, it's going to automatically, you're gone. You can't, your resume will not be seen. All right. But if you do, so let's say, okay, I have 6 months experience. Obviously you can see through this education experience section that 6 months is very common. All right. So 6 months experience in using computers. All right. That should be somewhere on your resume. Maybe you have 5 years of experience using computers, 5+ years using computers and a master at all things Microsoft, whatever. Word it that way. Okay. Or, 6 months experience in office practices and procedures. That's very important. That needs to be on your resume somewhere. All right. Definitely experience in customer service. Put your years, and we'll go over the quantifiables here in a minute. So you just kind of make sure you look through the experience section, your education section, and make sure that your experience in education matches. You also can look down here and see preferred. Obviously, it says it's preferred if you have an associate's degree, but that does not say required. So if you have the experience but not the degree, still apply because that's just preferred. Okay, if it said required associate's degree and you don't have it, you might want to look for another job description to apply for. All right, so I'm going to show you something else that's pretty handy that Indeed uses. Okay, Indeed also has a place where there are resume samples and templates. All right, so let's say, you want to make sure that your resume matches a resume that is common in the field that you're looking in. All right, or you're like maybe just starting, you're like, I have no idea what to put in my resume. Have no fear, you can look here. Cracking myself up. So you could go to www.indeed.com/career advice or career-advice/resume-examples. Or, if you can't remember all that, I would just definitely Google search it. I'm sure it'll pop up. So what this has is this has resume samples and templates. You scroll down, you can browse by job title, or they have all kinds of industry examples, as you can see here, that you can select from. And these are really great resumes too. They follow best practices in resume writing. They're good stuff. Use this example. So I went ahead and pulled up an administrative assistant resume sample. Now, administrative assistant and executive assistant, interchangeable titles a lot of times. So I found this one. So here is where I'm going to kind of show you where the keywords would fit. Like they're already kind of in this resume. That's why I chose this one because I thought it was pretty cool. But also let's go over some resume do's and don'ts. All right. So let's go ahead and start at the top. Definitely do put your name, put your first and last name, no nicknames, just put your professional name. All right, let's talk about your contact information. Your address, put city and state. That's all you need. If you put your street address, you are putting your sensitive information out there and you don't want to do that. First of all, for privacy's sake, you don't want anyone to know where you live. Second of all, it could induce a little bit of bias, probably even unbeknownst to the employer. But if they see that perhaps you live far away from where the job is, they might be like, wait a minute, that person isn't going to want to do this commute. They're just grasping at straws for a job. They're not serious. So just put, Columbus, Ohio, and that's okay, right? You can tailor your city. Like if you want to move, you can even do that too. Put the city that you're ready to move to. So that has been practiced and that's been okay. Also, if you put your street address, you're showing them, what neighborhood you live in, that can create some sort of a bias too. So we want to make sure that there's no bias, unintentional or otherwise, towards you in your job application. All right, your phone number, obviously a good phone number with a professional voicemail attached to it, nothing with like music in the background or screaming babies or anything like that. Just a nice, simple, thank you for calling. This is Stacy Biddle. I'm sorry I missed your call, but I will return your call as soon as possible. That's kind of probably pretty bad. I'd have to write a better one. Obviously ask for their phone number and their name and thank them for calling. All right, so your email, let's talk about email. Please make sure that is a professional email. This is a great one. Again, this is a sample. E-more, that's great. Mine is stacy.biddle@gmail, totally fine. It's not I love dogs or anything like that. Also think about, don't put anything that would refer to your age in your email, because a lot of times some people either put like their year of graduation or their year of birth, like Stacy Biddle 1957, because that's when I was born. Just kidding. All right, so don't do that. Again, trying to take away the bias. In your summary, again, if you need additional help creating a summary, refer to our workshop on developing your best self through resume through Indeed. And it has a template for you to do that. So this one is great, using an action verb right here, dedicated administrative assistant with 3 years experience. Put your years of experience. And if you have more than 3, put 3+. That's totally fine. Remember back to the job description, they were primarily looking at 6 months. So bam, you just nailed that there. All right, of experience providing administrative support to senior executives, accompanied by a proven track record of maintaining efficient operations. This is great. This is a great summary. I would also take it one step further and create another sentence, even further highlighting some of what they put in the job description in your survey. Again, that applicant tracking system's looking for keywords, picking them out, all right? So put those keywords in there. It won't hurt. It'll only help you, and you will get your resume through the system and hopefully get an interview. Resume is made for you to get your foot in the door. So let's make it happen. All right, education. Again, I would avoid putting the dates of graduation. Again, though, no one needs to know how old you are. They just want to see how amazing you are. So let's show them how amazing. Experience. All right. So this person has experience as administrative assistant. What you need to do here is you can put, again, some of those key words, some of those key responsibilities in this section as well. And as you can read through this, you can see that this person already has that. So that's really nice. So when you have your experience section, make sure that you have action verbs at the beginning of each statement. Okay. What I would kind of like to see a little bit more of in an experience section is quantifiables. So here's what I mean by quantifiables. 30 incoming phone calls per day. Yes, that is a quantifiable. So if you can somehow highlight your achievements, like at a decrease or increase percentage, like spearheaded a project that increased sales 85%. Well, yeah, there you go. Employers love to see what you have achieved. All right, make it shine. So as you look through here, you can see that she already has a lot of keywords in her experience. So providing ongoing administrative support to senior executives, driving organizational success through management of, oh, check it out, daily operations. All right. If you can remember, it said day-to-day operations. So that's up to you. Daily operations, day-to-day operations. If the job description says day-to-day, I might switch it. This one nails it. Boom. Manage executive calendars, strategically coordinating meetings, appointments, events, and travel. Remember, that was all in there. All of that was in there. So that is a good way to, again, highlighting those keywords, getting you past that applicant tracking system. A lot of this was also in the job description. Compose and proofread memos, letters, reports, presentations, provide accurate and concise and error-free communication. I like it. I like it. All right. Remember, it said travel. There's some more about travel and coordinating events. This one, I love this word, spearheaded. That's a strong action verb. Spearheaded training and development program for new employees. This one I would like look back and actually see maybe approximately how many new employees you worked with. So for 50, or I don't know, probably more than that, 100 plus new employees, add that quantifiable, right? And then I already had covered that one. All right, a little bit more about resume basics. So this is a current position, okay? Well, obviously this is just a sample. This is not very accurate. If you notice, the action verbs are all in present tense, okay? So you're still working there, you're still doing that. So action verbs are in present tense. If you scroll down to previous positions, as you can see, action verbs are in past tense. Make that happen on your resume, all right? Previous positions, past tense, current position, present. All right, so, and as you can see, there's some other, maybe some of the job description keywords you didn't do in your current position, maybe you did it in a past position, put it in your experience, all right? Load that resume up with keywords, right? Have someone else proofread it, right? You don't want to turn in a resume that has spelling errors or grammatical errors, because I can guarantee you that employer will just, even if it gets past an applicant tracking system and then they look at it and there's errors, that's no good. All right, that'll turn an employer off immediately, because if you don't take the time to correct everything and make it perfect as it can be, then they're not going to take the time to grant you an interview. So that, I did want to say one more thing, and then we'll wrap up the skills section. A lot of job descriptions do have required skills. Put them there. Put them in your resume. All right. So if a particular administrative assistant job requires you to type so many words a minute, put it down. All right. If it says in the job description, put it down. I know I am repeating myself, but I can't say this enough. Put those keywords in your resume. So if they're looking for proficiency in these types of computer programs, then you put, I am proficient in it. Heck, you might even be an expert in it. Put an expert in it. Another way that you can prove that you're an expert in it is by taking one of the Indeed assessments, and then you can attach that to your Indeed resume too. And I also go over that in the Showing Your Best Self Through Indeed Resume workshop. So that was a lot. So I hope I didn't blow you away for sure, but that's all I have to share. So here's the deal. That's overwhelming. And yes, it is so time consuming building your resume, and then actually, going through each job description and then tweaking your resume for that job description. Yeah, it is a ton of work, but it is work that needs to be done in order for you to get your foot in the door for an interview. All right. If you need assistance, guidance, or if you have any questions, please contact us at Goodwill Columbus Workforce Development. Our contact information is on our page. You can email us, you can call us, you can text us, or you can send a message through Facebook Messenger. So thank you for joining me tonight. Stay warm because it is cold out there, and stay safe. Contact us if you need us. Have a great evening. Thank you.